And in the locker room, each guy has been going over. Both teams tonight dealing with some injuries. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the 1 spot. And for the Trailblazers, we've got Damian Lillard. Little out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Now, here's Zubac. Kicks it to George. Back to Zubac. Just 5 to shoot. And it's George again missing.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the 2nd pick in the 2017 draft, that or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
And an efficient start here offensively, working it inside for the easy 2.
Over to the left wing. Stolen by Zubac. Outside Leonard. George passes to Leonard. And George kicks to Leonard. Pulls up on the elbow. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
You can see the work Kawhi has put into his ball handling. Gets separation almost any time he wants.
Pass to Covington, right wing. And here's Nurkic. Here's Lillard, and it's sent back by George.
Not going to be Paul George with that move. He's too long and too talented of a defender.
Outside Jackson. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. A 3 from Leonard. They get it back. Here's Zubac. Outside for George. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
It could be a little disheartening when you do everything right and come away with nothing.
And the shot goes in.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
Nurkic kicks to Little. Lillard against George.
Gets one to fall, but only his 2nd make in the first 7 attempts.
1:15 left to play here in the first. Now, here is George. 6 points for him. Pass to Jackson. On the wing, Batum. Back to Jackson. Batum with the ball. Now Covington defending. Takes a 3. A shot by Batum, no good. George against Lillard, and he makes that one.
And this is peak Dame. Rising, firing, one of the more confident shooters we have in our game.
Jackson against Lillard. Jackson passes to George. Down low, it's deflected. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Force them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Now here's Rondo from outside the arc. And again, no good by the Clippers. Here's McCollum. It's rebounded by Rondo.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Drills it from outside.
When Kennard is that set up, he almost can't miss. Such a skilled shooter.
And so it's Los Angeles heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. A look at. And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard. You know, Greg, he is.
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
They've got Powell. Giles is out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's McCollum, and it's Anthony in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
What passion from Rondo on that drive, just relentless on how he takes it straight to the defense.
McCollum passes to Carmelo. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Pass to Giles. Back to Anthony. Here's Giles. Shot clock at 6. Cullen passes to Giles. Shoots.
Really admire the hustle of Rondo on defense. Always gets a hand in the shooter's face. The uncanny ability to time the tip in. He does this night in and night out.
Out left to the wing. Bucket is good.
That's just a solid execution to get a wide open look.
Trailblazers trail by 7. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Outside for Rondo. There's the pass to Mann. 5 on the clock. From past the arc. Rondo can't get it to go. Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Cullen passes to Anthony. He dishes it to Kanter. McCollum outside. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Clippers leading by 4. Here's Mann. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
One of the more instinctive passes over the last decade. Rondo quickly locates the open man.
McCollum against Rondo. And Kanter throws it down.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
This is a close-knit group. They feed off one another's energy.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul. So Portland ends up going with the new group. A 3 from Leonard. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throw of the night.
And as a team, excellent. A season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
George dishes to Jackson. .151 left to play here in the second quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Ring shot on the way. Rebound by Nurkic. The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Jones the pass to Little. And that one drops. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
Great pass to set your man up with a high percentage look.
George passes to Zubac. No good, unable to end this run.
Even though he missed it, this is the exact play your offense is designed to produce.
Lillard misses. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Now Lillard. 6 points for him. Jones with it. Leonard picks him up. Little kicks to Nurkic. Lillard looking around. Fires from deep. Up again. And Covington stays with it.
Yeah, and that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? And George, here we go. And he uses the glass on the layup. George has got 8 points.
Smooth off the bounce with the strength to finish through contact. Paul George showing us how it's done.
Lillard way outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Lillard's got the lead up to 4 now for the Trailblazers. George up top. Defended by Jones. Left side, Leonard. Puts it up from 12. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Here's Lillard over George. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K. It was a shaky first quarter for Portland. They struggled to find an offensive rhythm. Thanks for joining us.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they are forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed. But it's always existed. And the reality is this. You become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
Taking a look at Los Angeles, we've got Kawhi Leonard, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. And it's Marcus Morris. And it's Oturu in at the center.
And we've seen Lillard hit that shot before. He has no fear when it comes to the deep three.
And it's George missing.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Nurkic. And that one drops for him. And it's a 7-point Trailblazer lead.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Leonard. The dunk and the foul. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving. and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Shaky start to the half, going 1 for 4, still trying to find that groove.
Simons, he's checked in for Lillard. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers. I'm glad we got to see the mobile one block once more. What a play.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Beasting on defense. First he closes out hard on the shooter, then he attacks the glass. Filthy.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Giles checked in for Robert Covington. And Norman Powell subbed in for Anfernee Simons. The Clippers get another chance here. George finds Zubats. The three. George, no good.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Didn't think that was going to go in. Powell's got the lead up to 10 now for the Trailblazers.
Oh, great ball movement there. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
George dishes to Batum, fires from 14, and the shot is long.
I can see he's pressing a little now, trying desperately to help them shrink this deficit.
Powell, no one around him, and another three for Portland.
It always helps when your big man dishes it like that. Cantor, excellent with that read.
Kicks it out to Leonard. It's stolen by Anthony. .143 left in the third quarter of the game. McCollum outside to the left side wing. Shot clock at 5. Here's Cantor. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Zubats has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up. Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Cantor. Little comes in for Giles. Jones checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for McCollum. A rebound by Simons.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Portland may have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
The drive by Rondo, good on the shot. Rondo's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Really admire the fact that Rondo is not afraid to go down there in the paint from time to time.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Here's Simons. He kicks to Little, and out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. 11 seconds left in the third quarter. Rondo looking over the floor. Just 3 on the clock. No good. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers looking at a 13-point lead. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. On the court for the Trailblazers, Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Little. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the shooting guard. Rondo against Lillard. Rondo passes to Mann. No good that time. Now Portland takes it the other way.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Cantor checked in for Portland. McCollum comes in for Anthony Simons. Lillard with it. McCollum outside. You know, Greg, you'd probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
Nurkic kicks to Little. Lillard against Rondo. Clock at 6. Goes up to the stripe. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Clippers trail by 13. Clippers moving the ball around. Outside Rondo. Back to Kennard. Off target from outside. Trailblazers leading by 13. Nobody near Lillard. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
It's amazing. All night he's been out of sync on the offensive end, yet they continue to lead.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Patterson. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Morris. George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo. Little can't hit. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points.
Aggressive on the drive. That's going to result in some free throws for Jackson.
And he makes the first for the Trailblazers. Anthony's checked in for Nurkic, and it's Derek Jones in for McCollum. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. And here's Little. Outside Anthony. It's tipped. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. And so they foul intentionally. So for the Trailblazers, Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Derek Jones. Here's Leonard. And again, no good by the Clippers. They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
Pass to Little. Leonard against Lillard. 5 to shoot. To end the cold streak. Trailblazers keep it alive. The tray. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Uncontested look. Can't fault the shot selection. He's money from there.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up. So Leonard will go to the free throw line. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
With Kawhi, you love his talent, but just as important, you love the basketball IQ and work ethic.
Now here's Lillard. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Nurkic kicks to Little. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And the Clippers making a change here. Zubac is checked in. Clippers trail by 9. George looking around. Shoots the 3. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 6 rebounds in the game. Lillard against Jackson. Passes to Nurkic. Lillard from outside. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. And Leonard gets it to go.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. George against Lillard. McCollum outside. On deep. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard. Robert Covington's checked in for Portland. Jones comes in for McCollum.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
They couldn't make enough plays when it mattered. Interesting game, though, in terms of some of the matchups.
And there's the pass to Jackson. The 3 from George. Portland grabs the miss. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Lillard fires away from way outside. An absolute bomb from 3-point range.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique. Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And so it's Portland winning this one. Probably a little. David, thank you. coming to you today from Portland. And let's get...
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Harden out there with Brown. Then there's Griffin. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Harris in at the 3 spot. And for the Trailblazers, we've got Little. Damian Lillard out there with Derek Jones. Then it's Robert Covington. And it's Nurkic in at the 5. Now, here is Harden. There's the dish to Griffin. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Griffin's got the game going with his first points of the game for the Nets. And a deep 3 from Lillard. The long-distance 3 is buried.
Well, Lillard and Steph Curry, we talk about their unlimited range on display that time from Damian.
Harden scanning the floor. Here's Griffin. Second chance shot. Jordan against Nurkic. Jordan's shot is off.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
It's the Nets now. The Blazers getting the bucket. And Harden wide open. He shoots. And Jones pulls it down.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league. You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort. He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Here's Lillard from deep three-point range. And it's Lillard again missing.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. I love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
And it's Lillard again missing.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Basket counts. Harden's got 6.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And it's Harden with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. It's a 3-point game. 1:56 left to play in the first quarter. That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, you know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know, but he gets into you and competes, man, and that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
The Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Robert Covington. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Little. McCollum's checked in for Jones. And it's Simons in for Lillard. And then for Brooklyn, LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Kyrie Irving in for James Harden. And here's McCollum following the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving. And the basket by McCollum.
As CJ's saying, not so fast. I'm not letting you get away from us tonight. There's the return payback 3.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Harry Giles is checked in for the Trailblazers. Norman Powell comes in for Anthony Simons. The Nets also changing it up. Jeff Green, he's checked in for Harris. And Luwawu subbed in for Brown. And a wide open look for Irving. A three-pointer off the mark. Trailblazers trail by 4. And a wide open look for McCollum. His three-pointers off the mark.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
McCollum kicks to Powell. Irving against McCollum. And the layup is good. McCollum's got 5 now.
Well, McCollum undersized at his position, at least in terms of his strength. But he can play that way because he competes. That's a tough one there.
James Harden getting it done for Brooklyn. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back right after this. Naturally a ball-dominant player, James Harden talked to us about
that's the goal. That's the goal, of course.
giving their offense another dynamic.
And it also helps him preserve some energy for those big moments in the big games.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. We've got Brown. He's out there with Kyrie Irving. Green is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Claxton in at the power forwards position. Here's what Portland's going with right now. Giles comes in for Little. And Norman Powell subbed in for Anthony Simons. And Cantor able to finish. Cantor's got his first basket of the night.
Like when his motor is running and he's playing with high levels of energy, Cantor is a monster on the offensive glass.
And here's Irving. He's got 7. Misses the 3.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
At the tip, here's Powell. The shot goes down and he gets this game back to even.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Here's Irving. That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
McCollum finds Cantor. Back to McCollum. There's the 3. Again, McCollum missing.
Yeah, we're chipping some orange paint off the rim here, guys. He must be more patient on offense and trying to find ways to penetrate inside and get closer to the rim. That's a tough rebound if you don't have the length that he does, so the size paying off.
Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Now Melo getting up and slamming one home.
The Nets have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Irving against McCollum. Irving's shot is good. Irving's got 11 points. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers, trailing by 2. Inside, here's Giles. McCollum trying to get open, uses the glass to finish the layup.
And McCollum has done a lot to improve his impact on the defensive end. Very active with his hands and how he challenges shots.
Well, the blocks numbers last year jumped up a bit. That's kind of a nice indicator of what you're talking about, GA. And he just doesn't get tired. And if he can give some more on the defensive end like he's shown, it's going to help out the team.
Now here's McCollum. He's got 5. 6 to shoot. Beyond the arc. And it's Irving with the rebound. The Nets have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. And that's an intentional foul. So Portland ends up going with the new group. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Luwawu is checked in for Nicholas Claxton. From about 16, that shot misses. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Lillard against Irving. Pulls it up. And it's Lillard missing.
That's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
Here's Aldridge. No good with the layup.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
At the line for Trailblazers, Derek Jones.
And so Jones nails both of them. Nets shooting it very well tonight, around 57%. Outside Irving. With a step back.
At 7 feet tall, Nurkic, not easy to get around. That time throws that one away.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
58 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Irving. And a great assist by Aldridge as that one goes in. And that's 15 points for Kyrie Irving. Lillard outside. Over Irving. No good off the back of the rim. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
Nice shot from the wing. And now a 4-point Nets lead.
Solid in the first. Fantastic here in the second. He was just waiting for the moment.
Looking to get it going. And it's sent back by Aldridge.
He's become a defensive anchor here for this team over the past couple seasons. Great timing on the block there.
Portland's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it. The fast break chance from deep. And it's rebounded by Covington. Here's Jones. And it is good at the buzzer. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He ended up with 17 points and 2 rebounds. And a little redemption for him tonight. In their previous game, he was not. And that does it for our.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
Derek Jones is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Little. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Covington in at the 4 spot. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. Harden. And it's Portland with the rebound.
And Nasir Little, a player who fell on draft day, ended up with Portland. You know, he didn't do much as a rookie, but the potential is there.
For Nasir Little, it's going to come down to the defensive end of the floor. If he can get minutes out there and show that he's willing to get down in the stance, become a stopper, some of that offense is going to come along as a byproduct of playing with better offensive players.
Jones, no one around him. No good on the 3. Brooklyn trailing. Harden finds Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Now Griffin good at timing when it is that he leaks out. A huge target on the fast break.
Now Lillard. He's got 6. Outside Covington. Griffin with the steal. And again, Brooklyn running the court in transition. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Hard not to like Blake Griffin when he's doing things like that. Looking to throw it down every time around the rim.
Lillard fires away from way outside. An absolute bomb from 3-point range.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Harden outside. Dishes it to Griffin. And Griffin slams it in.
Thank you, Blake. Love to see him get up and just bash it in.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. A 2-point game. From deep. He can't get it to go. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Harden outside. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. And stolen by Lillard. And stolen by Jordan. To the middle. Yes! And the foul. It's on Damian Lillard.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. McCollum's checked in for Derek Jones. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Brooklyn. Bruce Brown comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Here's the three. It's hauled in by Harris.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now, as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but, you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental, and I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
Lillard outside. A three ball. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got 4 rebounds now tonight. It's stolen by Little. Goes up. And it's Little finishing it off.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
And how about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Lillard against Harden. And there's a whistle that's going to go on James Harden. That'll be his second foul of the game. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Griffin. Green comes in for Joe Harris. Luwawu is checked in for Bruce Brown. And it's Kyrie Irving in for James Harden. Trailblazers trail by 6. Powell finds Anthony. Back to Powell. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. McCollum's got 7 points in the game.
Such a good player on the in-between game, weaving behind bodies to find some space, and CJ cashes in.
That one falls. And the Nets lead by 6.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's McCollum. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Aldridge has got his 4th rebound in this one. Outside Irving. This one for 3. Stolen by Kansas.
Well, a little head scratcher there, guys. There's no reason to force the ball inside like that. I understand the thought process, but the pass just has to be better.
And so it's Brooklyn with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. We've got DeAndre Jordan. Green is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. Then it's Harden, and it's Irving at the point. Simons the pass to Cannon. Jones for three. But they'll get another chance. And here's McCollum for three. That shot, no good. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Harden dishes to Irving. Harden against Jones. Harden kicks to Jordan. Just 5 on the clock. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Not easy to cover DeAndre Jordan when he's that deep inside, nearly impossible to stop.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. Little, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Harris is checked in. Irving with the ball. Jones covering. And there's the call on Jones. That is his first foul of the game. Irving with the ball. A three-pointer is right on target. Irving's got the lead up to 10 now for the Nets.
Trying more and more to utilize the three-pointer. It's a good idea. That's his second 3 of the game. 1 in each half.
And the basket by Lillard.
And when he gets it going, this is what can happen. They need to think about the double team now.
Here is Harden. To the paint. Here's Jordan. Portland grabs the miss. The wide open shot by Little. Offline with his 3.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Lillard scanning the floor. Off target with his 3. Brooklyn leading by 9. Here's Harden. Makes it off the glass.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game.
Lillard outside. It's stolen by Green. Harden with it. Lillard picks him up. Jones against Irving. Pass to Green. Shot clock at 6. Jordan high post. Back to Green. And a miss there on the triple. Trailblazers trail by 11. And Jones with the stop.
Lead passes like that are so hard to defend. He never had to break his stride, so full speed, 2 points.
And an intentional foul right there. So for the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter's checked in for Robert Covington, and McCollum subbed in for Jones. And then for Brooklyn, Griffin's checked in for Green. And it's Brown in for Irving. Here's Griffin. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. Kyrie Irving is checked in for Brooklyn. Portland's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Brooklyn leading by 9.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
First free throw is good, and that'll push the lead to double digits.
And not much of a surprise there. Kyrie, one of the better free throw shooters in the game, and so hard to guard without fouling.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. From deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some. Lillard's got 15 points here in the second half. Nets have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. And Irving launches it from deep. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Not a lot of time left for the Trailblazers in this one. A 3 from McCollum, and the Trailblazers another 3.
Oh, man, the DNA test comes back, and there is a clutch gene. McCollum with the confidence to deliver.
And here's Irving. Harris outside. From the arc. It doesn't go for him. And the Trailblazers going the other way. McCollum finds Lillard. From deep. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Griffin's shot is off. So, guys, it comes down to this.
Time for your stars to shine.
McCollum, no good. Irving looking for an opening. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Now, here's Lillard. From deep three-point range. Not going to go that time. So it's the Nets picking up the win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. bring you tonight into... Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then it's Holiday. And it's Connaughton in at the 2 guard. And for Portland, we've got Little. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Lillard in at the point. Now here is Holiday. Middleton right side. Lobbed up there for Lopez. Here's the break. Lillard with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. And Lillard gets it to go.
The natural offensive talent of Lillard gives him incredible flexibility, and boy, he can strike at any time.
And Holiday, here we go. Good work there as it goes. Some veterans on these teams, Clark. What are you looking for and how that will impact the game?
Well, I think both of these teams have a really solid roster. And I love the blend of experience and youth. When you have NBA experience on the floor, there's just a level of play that you see at the defensive end that makes it enjoyable for me. So I think that's what we'll see tonight. Experienced pros getting after it.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
They get the rebound. The shot by Holiday, no good. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Lillard from outside knocks down the 3-ball. Lillard's got his second bucket of the night.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Holiday attacking. Here's Lopez, and Lopez throws it down.
Nice dime drop there from Holiday. Excellent awareness.
Lillard way outside, and the Trailblazers another 3.
Already finding his spots and capitalizing, playing really efficient basketball.
Antetokounmpo against Covington, and the dunk by Giannis.
I absolutely love how Antetokounmpo just has a winning mindset. Consistently, this guy is looking to go all the way to the basket. Has to be devastating trying to stop this guy if you're on defense.
Bucks have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Holiday gets the bucket.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Here's Lillard. 8 points for him. Outside, Jones. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lillard way outside. A putback. It's good on the putback.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
Here's Connaughton. Here's Lopez. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Nurkic. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. On the basket by Jones.
That's serving it up on a platter there. What a nice pass. A high percentage look was the result.
Outside Holiday. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. McCollum's checked in for Jones. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Pat Connaughton. Anthony finds Kanter. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. McCollum, no good.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Giles checked in for Little. And it's Powell in for Anthony Simons. Here's Cantor. Again, the Trailblazers score.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
Now here's DiVincenzo. The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. Drops in the tray.
Hey, I'm stating the obvious here, but he was very comfortable taking that shot. Not a defender in sight.
26 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And a wide open look for McCollum. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Outside Holiday. And they call an illegal screen here.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of... Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his up.
I think it comes from being
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, they've got Anthony. He's out there with Derek Jones. Enes Kanter is out there with C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the one. And so it's Middleton with it. He brings it up for Milwaukee. It's a three-point game. DiVincenzo with it. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And the pass to Portis. Here's Middleton. The shot misses. And it's Portland the other way.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
To the inside.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. My goodness. Middleton, a scorer by nature, that time showing you he can find his teammates, too.
Back to McCollum. Portland moving the ball around. And it's the Bucks on the break. Here's DiVincenzo. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. Here's Simons. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. McCollum left side.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's DiVincenzo. Portis finds Tucker for three. Middleton. Now here's Tucker. 5 to shoot. Middleton drives in. Basket good. Middleton's got the lead up to 9 now for the Bucks.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And the basket by McCollum.
And getting going here in the second quarter, his second three-pointer of the game.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Forbes the pass to Portis. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, will. So Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy, he would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close. I got a
that was terrific!
My goodness! about the flash by Antetokounmpo? I mean, just an insanely talented athlete who loves to punish that rim.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead.
Connaughton passes to Lopez. Shoots over Lillard. Lopez, no luck.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
And Jones slams it in.
Oh, why dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points.
A lot of bounceability there, guys. I mean, well above the rim. That's what makes him dangerous.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Trailblazers trail by 8. There's 47 seconds left in the first half. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Rebounded by the Bucks. To the right side. Here's Connaughton. And again, the Bucks miss. The Trailblazers have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
Now Holiday, he's got 9. Fires the 3, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Okay, David, much appreciated, and now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. Drew Holiday was red hot to start the first. He had 9 points and 1 assist. And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. One of the stories here, Drew Holiday getting it done today.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Then it's Brook Lopez. Then it's Holiday. And it's Connaughton in at the 2 spot.
Taking it strong. Nice finish by the big fella. Way to get after it, Lopez.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And here's Holiday. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Count the basket. Holiday's got 11 points.
A really smart player. Holiday can find the spaces inside and exploit them for points.
Good on that shot. With that, the Bucks lead is cut down to 5 points. That time the bucket coming from Nurkic.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Kicks it down to Middleton. Passes it to Connaughton. And to Antetokounmpo inside. Working on Nurkic.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Here's Lillard. The rebound by the Bucks. Giannis has got 4 rebounds in this game. The shot by Middleton, wide open. And Antetokounmpo on the follow. Antetokounmpo's got the lead up to 9 now for the Bucks.
You know, Antetokounmpo, for all of his skills and talent, he's a worker. This guy likes to grind and takes a lot of pride in outworking people on the board. He's putting on a commanding performance here. He's hit 2 3-pointers in each half now.
Outside Holiday. Giannis outside. Trying to get open is Lopez. And that's good from Antetokounmpo on the assist by Holiday.
At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
Lillard against Holiday. And that one, good. Here's Holiday. 11 points in the game. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Pass to Giannis. And the dunk by Giannis.
And how about the power of Antetokounmpo? Dynamite whenever he takes it to the rim.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Trailing here by 8. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Out of bounds, Milwaukee takes possession.
And this is like another case of Murphy's Law right now, and it's been their own doing, really, just like we saw there.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. McCollum's checked in for Derek Jones. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Here's DiVincenzo. He gets that one. DiVincenzo's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. We were all witnesses last year to the pandemic, which struck with worldwide repercussions. The NBA was no exception. The 1920 season was altered, and this season was delayed. The league is finding a sense of solidarity and resolve under the leadership of Adam Silver. Now, sports is a microcosm of society as a whole, and we all are finding different ways to overcome this. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, DA. Now, here's DiVincenzo. Left side, Portis. And another basket for Milwaukee.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Giles checked in for Portland. Norman Powell comes in for Anthony Simons. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Antetokounmpo's checked in. Here's DiVincenzo. There's the lob to Portis. That shot is off.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
And as we end the third quarter. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Robert Covington, and it's Cantor in at the center position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Trailblazers trail by 10. Lillard from outside, unable to get that one.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here is Forbes. Outside, Antetokounmpo. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Nice shot by Portis.
just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Milwaukee with the rebound. Portis has got his 6th rebound on the night. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Cantor's checked in. Pass to Portis. Lays it up off the glass. Portis has got the lead up to 14 now for the Bucks.
Boy, nice job that time, guys, from Forbes, spotting the wide open man and dropping the dime.
Lillard finds McCollum, and Nurkic has it in the corner. Launches a 3, hits it from three-point range.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
DiVincenzo with it. There's the lob to Portis. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Well, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
Stolen away. One-on-one here. From deep, Antetokounmpo. And Damian Lillard pulls it down.
And that's an important rebound, especially on a night where the board work has not been their best.
But they're still in this one, fellas. Can they pump it up a notch here in the clutch?
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. And Cantor able to finish.
Excellent awareness of where to be on the offensive boards. He did it with great position.
Now Holiday. For those just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Powell inside. Defended by Middleton. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Lillard against Holiday. And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. That's foul number 2 for him. So for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington's checked in for Nurkic. Little comes in for Norman Powell, and it's Derek Jones in for McCollum. Giannis, he's checked in for the Bucks.
Hey, you know, in the age of analytics, there's a ton of talk about player efficiency these days, and as we can see by Antetokounmpo's performance tonight, his efficiency, extraordinary.
Milwaukee leading by 10. And here's Holiday. There's 1:47 left to play here in the 4th. Not a lot of time left for the Trailblazers in this one. Here's Little. And Jones slams it in.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Antetokounmpo with the ball. Now Covington defended. He kicks to Little. Three-pointer, Lillard. Rebound, Milwaukee. They've led by as many as 14 points. Holiday looking for an opening. Down low. Got a piece of it. Covington with the steal. The pass to Lillard. Portland moving the ball around. Out to the right wing. From deep. No good that time. And so it's Middleton with it. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They're leading by 8. The shot by Holiday, no good. The Blazers on offense. They've given up just 8 points in the 4th quarter. Lillard from deep three-point land. It's good. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
The Blazers on offense. They're on a 13-4 run right now. From deep three-point range, Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
From deep, misses. So it's Milwaukee picking up the win. They keep. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Coming up next, it's an exciting Sunday night edition. Hey, Dave.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. We've got Yusuf Nurkic, Robert Covington out there with Little. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Jones in at the shooting guard position. And for the Clippers, they've got Jackson. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George, and it's Zubac in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Jackson. Outside Leonard. And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. Indoors tonight, two experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game, so let's see how this plays out.
George passes to Zubac. No good, shot missing. Great D that time from Nurkic. Over in the corner, Lillard. From deep three-point range, Nurkic kicks to Little. That's a 2 from Lillard, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
And part of what makes Dame special, he can pour it in working off the ball. Rare to see a point guard who finds points without the rock in their hands.
Now here is George. And there is a whistle. That'll go on Derek Jones. That's his first foul. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Here's Leonard. Plays it up and banks it in.
How about the focus and locked-in nature of Kawhi Leonard? My goodness.
Lillard scanning the floor. Stolen by Zubac. Leonard inside.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. Knocked loose. Inside, here's Lillard, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Zubac finds Jackson. Here's Batum. 5 on the clock. George passes to Batum. Shoots over Covington. Damian Lillard grabs the loose ball. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. It's rebounded by Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
Now here's Little. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. And it's Lillard missing. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. And the shot goes down. Leonard's got 6.
Well, that's about recognizing a transition opportunity when it presents itself. Nice job by Kawhi Leonard.
Lillard against Leonard, and the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Trailblazers, Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Little, and it's C.J. McCollum in for Jones. McCollum no good.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Now, here is Morris. To the middle. Patterson finds Morris. Just 3 to shoot. Patterson, great positioning on the putback.
Well, you have to get something out of that possession, and thanks to Patterson's work on the glass, heads-up play to score that.
Up top, Cantor. Three-pointer, Lillard. Portland again missing. Clippers leading by 4. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
There's some toughness in the attitude of Paul George. Perfectly fends off the D on his way to the rack.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. It's stolen. Patterson with it. Now Covington defending. And it's George finishing it off.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
Now here's Lillard. The basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
Major props to Lillard there. Terrific focus to get hit on that shot and still deliver.
Lillard against Rondo. George looking over the floor. Back to Rondo. Clock at 4. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Patterson can't get it to go.
Boy, he's at the cup, but that is tremendous defense. Prohibit the lay-in without fouling.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Los Angeles on top. They lead by 6. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. Guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. Giles is out there with Anthony. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's McCollum in at the point guard position.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
Clippers leading by 4. Kennard with the ball. And here's Rondo. Back to Kennard. Passes it to Morris. Portland grabs the miss.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
McCollum no good. And Los Angeles guys shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. Pass to Oturu. Over cancel. And it's Rondo in the corner. To the paint. Now the pass to Kennard. Back to Morris. Pass to Oturu. Got a piece of it.
Encouraging to see Cantor trying harder on the defensive end. There's height. There's ability to block shots. Go to work, Ennis.
A tremendous mobile one block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
They've got the lead, but they need to do a better job of finding good shots, getting away from the formula that gave them so much success in that first quarter.
McCollum against Rondo. Goes up on the wing. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. McCollum's got his first bucket of the night. Rondo against McCollum. Rondo passes to Oturu. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Enes Kanter.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now, and in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's three guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from three, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those three guys can all hit pull-ups and step backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the three guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having a guard the three-point line.
So for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Damian Lillard in for Anthony Simons. George with the ball. Jones covering. Outside, George. At the top of the key, Batum. Offline from the top of the key. Trailblazers trail by 4. Feeds to Little. 2 free throws coming up. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Lillard after the Clippers pick up 2. Stolen by George for the finish. And then George with the jam.
Well, you see the elite nature of Paul George's game. Make a steal on one end, finish with authority on the other.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 6. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
The shot by George, wide open. No good on the triple.
and you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Jackson against Lillard. For the three. Covington kicks to Lillard. Looking to get back on track here. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
You know, Dame loves to test the defense like that, runs up against it, and then outworks them.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. McCollum's checked in for Little. And it's Simons in for Jones. Jackson passes to Leonard. Launches it. A rebound by Simons. And it's Anthony with the jam.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
And a close. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. And you think about how Kawhi Leonard is able to dominate from the wing. And that'll do.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. Trailing by 5. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Batum, and it's Leonard in at the small forward. Here's Jackson after the basket by Jusuf Nurkic. Outside Leonard. Shot clock at 5.
Now, Kawhi Leonard consistently efficient with his scoring ability. Nice jumper.
Trailblazers trail by 5. Lillard outside. Kicks to Little. Nurkic in the post. Working on Zubac. It's tipped, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
Then offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Patterson comes in for Nicholas Batum. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson. And now running up the court, Leonard pushing it up, and Covington sends it back.
Tremendous anticipation from Robert Covington, sends it back.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Now here is George. 6 points for him. Leonard kicks to Rondo. Leonard inside.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
Trailblazers trail by 5. It's Covington on the wing. Lillard finds Nurkic. And here's Jones. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Little passes to Jones. With the putback. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got 6.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Lillard against Rondo. Passes to Zubac. The 3 from George. He can't get that one to fall. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Outside, Jones. Stolen by Zubac. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. And there's the call on Jones. That's foul number 2 for him.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Coffey's checked in, and it's Luke Kennard in for Paul George. And we just got a second look there at the exceptional Mobile One block.
And he's all over that shot, has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
Well, this is what you call your big man playing big. Terrific work on the glass.
And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. And it's Giles missing. Clippers leading by 3. To the wing right side. Pass to Coffey. And he makes good on the layup. Coffey's got his first 2 points. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation, or one of the best, and I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys.
Yes,
they're truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
Clippers have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half.
Marcus Morris.
The dish to Morris.
Reggie Jackson.
34 seconds left in the third. Clock at 6. Kennard for 3. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
It's his first trip to the line.
Last year, 90%, and he was right there among the best in the league with that percentage.
The first free throw is good.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
And here's McCollum for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. McCollum's got 5 points so far. From deep. That shot off. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Los Angeles on top, up by 4. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth. At the 2 and the 3, McCollum and Little. Anthony out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at the point guard.
Luke Kennard.
And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Portland Trailblazers. 4-point game. McCollum fires from way outside. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And for the Clippers, they're shooting about 42% so far. Now here's Jackson. The pass to Oturu. Outside for Jackson. Pass to Oturu. And he banks in the layup. Oturu's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Clippers.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Little dishes to Kanter. It's stolen by Morris. A different look now for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Anthony Simons. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
George from deep three-point land, and Leonard stays with him. And the Clippers lead by 8.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Lillard fires away from way outside. The long-distance three is buried.
Ooh, finally hitting one from range. That's his first 3 of the night.
Outside, George. Three-pointer. And the three ball is good.
Well, Paul George says, I can answer with my own big-time three-point shot. Go to work, PG.
Lillard fires away from way outside. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Leonard finds George. Pulls up from the corner. Leonard. And Leonard stays with it. Leonard's got the lead up to 10 now for the Clippers.
Kawhi Leonard, still one of the hardest working players in the league. Active on the offensive glass there.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Now, Nurkic. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Zubac. Off the left rim and out. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That'll be his second foul of the game. Los Angeles leading by 10. Outside Jackson. He kicks it to George. Jacks up a 3. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Well, we knew that Paul George was a long-limbed, exceptional defender coming out of Fresno. His offense, though, has been impressive from the time he has stepped between the lines on the NBA level.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Leonard the pass to George. And it's George again missing. Trailblazers trail by 13. And here's McCollum for 3. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. Leonard's got 5 rebounds tonight. George passes to Batum. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got his 8th rebound here tonight. That's a 2 from Lillard. They get it again. And Cantor able to finish.
I love that Cantor will pursue rebounds out of his area. This guy's such a powerful player who's willing to exert his will.
Now here's Batum. Pass to Zubac. Back to Batum. Jackson has the open look. And again, no good by the Clippers.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
McCollum, no good. Cantor kicks to Little. McCollum outside. The 3 connects from three-point range. McCollum's got it back down to single digits for the Trailblazers. 59 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Zubac. Outside, George. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. So, for the Clippers, Morris is checked in for Batum. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson. Jones checked in for Portland. George, that's a 2-pointer. Portland grabs the miss.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Well, it's been a hard-fought battle through much of the night. They just missed out on a couple of opportunities they'd love to do over.
And that one's good, Lillard.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
And a deep 3 from George. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. From deep three-point range, no good. And so Los Angeles takes the win. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it. And the starting lineups have concluded. So just greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. You've got Yusuf Nurkic, Damian Lillard out there with Derek Jones. Then it's Little, and it's Covington in at the 4 spot. And for the Nets, we've got Harden. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Griffin. Then there's Brown, and it's Harris in at the 3 spot. Now here's Harden. Pass to Griffin. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, though he spends a lot more time, at least in recent seasons, on the perimeter, Griffin's bread and butter still can be around the rim.
Here's Lillard. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. Brown drives in and finished off by Brown.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Lets the three fly. And it's Lillard again missing.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
You know, and with how deliberate he can be, Harden still can surprise defenders with that burst, that underrated vertical that he possesses.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. After the basket by Brooklyn.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Out to Harris. From downtown. And the rebound by Nurkic. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And the call will be against Harris. That is his first foul of the game. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Drains the three-pointer.
That's a nice shot from Damian Lillard. He feels like he can drain it just about anywhere and appreciates the fact that he's got that kind of range.
Now, here is Harden. Nurkic with the block. Outside, Jones. And the pass to Lillard for three. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile one block.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
Griffin with the steal. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. And Harden with the stuff.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Portland's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first.
And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
Here's Brown following the score by Damian Lillard. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Little passes to Lillard. From outside the arc. Again, the miss by Lillard. And you know, Greg, in the past, Griffin felt at times criticized as being a one-dimensional player.
I tell you, Kevin, I think he's answered those critics. You look at his passing and his development as a shooter, one of the more complete offensive players in the league.
And almost gets it to go, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And with the offense.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Free throw drops for Covington. Greg, is a point guard, what is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot. And, you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing the offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount.
Now, here's Covington. McCollum outside. Anthony on the wing. Back to McCollum. Puts up a 3. It's stolen by Green. And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. And foul call. Looks like they had a clear path to the basket. He'll be shooting 2 free throws. And they'll retain possession. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Giles comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Powell in for Anthony Simons. Green, no luck.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Passes it to Aldridge. The Nets working the ball around now. That one goes in.
I don't know how he does it, but Kyrie does such a great job to get deep position and convert, separating himself from other point guards in the league with that finishing ability.
But they get it back. And here's McCollum for three. Brooklyn with the rebound. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Irving, good. Irving's got 6.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
It's McCollum with the drive. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, as his confidence grows, McCollum gets himself into attack mode, and that's where his game goes to another level. Beautiful drive by the young phenom.
Irving for three. There's the triple. Here's Aldridge. And no good, his first shot of the night, missing. And that does it for the first quarter. Brooklyn ahead, leading by 5. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. Greg, we know many guys in the NBA have range, but
When I'm training in the summer.
the team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
Harden out there with Irving. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. Then there's Brown. And it's Claxton in at the 4. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter.
There's the positive attitude, the strong work ethic of Cantor. Great putback.
Outside Irving. Lets it go from deep. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 6 rebounds here tonight to the inside. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Brooklyn making some changes. Green comes in for Brown. And it's Luwawu Cabarrot in for James Harden. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Giles comes in for Little. And Norman Powell subbed in for Anthony Simons.
Just so good off the pass. McCollum set up and ready at all times.
And a wide open look for Irving. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Claxton's got his second basket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Powell kicks to McCollum. Lets it go with a 3. That shot no good. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. No good from Luwawu.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
McCollum, no good. Nets leading by 6. And Luwawu gets it to go.
And Green is a critical role player for this team. His passing is really phenomenal.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. That's a 2 from Powell. Nurkic the pass to McCollum. Sinks the triple. McCollum's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Irving for 3. It's good from long range. Irving's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitor.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
McCollum, no good. The Nets have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Aldridge finds Green. And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Harry Giles. Little comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Jones checked in for Norman Powell, and Damian Lillard subbed in for McCollum. Lillard outside. He can't get that one, and Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. It's Harden with the drive, and Harden with the stuff.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. I love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
Lillard from outside. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Nets leading by 12. Kicks it out to Harden. From outside, off the mark. The Trailblazers have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Here is Harden after the basket by Jusuf Nurkic. Little with the ball, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Little's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Portland. And here's Harden. He's got 8. And the jam by Harden.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Lillard against Harden. It's stolen by Harris. And here we go. Griffin heading to the hoop. Oh, Griffin in position.
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth. Lillard from outside. And it's Griffin with the rebound. The Nets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
At the line for your Nets.
That's good from Blake Griffin.
There's some unique qualities to the play of Blake Griffin, a big with incredible handles and passing skills who can still throw it down.
3 seconds left. Jones. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them.
Thanks, Kevin. High-scoring half, Blake. What broke this game open?
It starts on defense. Our defense did a good job of getting stops, getting rebounds, getting out in the open floor, and got some easy buckets, and then, shots start to fall.
Looked good in the first half, Blake. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to Brooklyn. Found themselves in a close game in the first. Their biggest advantage of the period was... That's all for now. Say goodbye.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
On the floor for Portland. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then it's Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Little in at the small forward position. Here's Harden. That one is good again. He sits right from the floor with the basket. Reggie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you can hold teams in the 80s and 90s.
You can go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach. You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Buries it from three-point range.
Yeah, that's the kind of passing that opens up the eyes to Blake Griffin's overall talent.
Lillard looking around. Pass to Little. Back to Lillard. Lillard again missing.
Sometimes you just have an off night, guys, and that's what we've seen so far.
Nice move. And Harden with the lay-in. Harden's got 17 now.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Lillard way outside. And it's Lillard again missing.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
The shot by Lillard wide open. Hits the three-point bomb. Lillard's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Trailblazers. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Griffin's shot is off.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Yeah, you can see when it's that close, players react. You just, oh man, we just missed that one. Maybe they'll get another chance at it. Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
Brown outside. Rebound by the Trailblazers. And now Portland on the break. Jones is running. Lillard fires away from way outside. Nurkic dishes to Covington. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Three-pointer, Lillard. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Lillard against Harden. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. So for the Nets, Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for James Harden. Portland also making some changes. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And McCollum subbed in for Derek Jones. Lillard from deep three-point land. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving. For Portland, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
Well, I love to watch Lillard play. He's from the Bay Area. That's where I'm from. But he's fearless, heartless, and he usually saves his best for last. It's Lillard time in the fourth quarter.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for the Nets. Luwawu Cabarrot comes in for Brown. Irving kicks to Luwawu Cabarrot. From deep. Irving can't hit. And here's Portland. They've got an 8-0 run. 58 seconds left in the third. Lillard fires away from way outside. And the lead is down inside single digits.
This is a one-man show right now. He's on a mission to get him out of this hole.
Irving drives in. That one drops for him. Irving's got 11.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Green with the rebound.
Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
Here's Claxton. He's covered by Kanter. And it's Aldridge missing. Trailblazers trail by 11. Shot from 16. Here's Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. 19 points for Damian Lillard.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
Yeah, coaching staff probably loves this, just grinding out defensive possessions, which is helping them get back into their offensive flow.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Kyrie Irving is out there with Brown. Then there's Green. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Claxton in at the 4 slot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. 3 on the clock. Here's Irving. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Here's Simons. Drills the 3-pointer.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, pick a tool out of the toolbox. The sheer number of Aldridge's moved inside make him so hard not to foul.
The first one falls. Joe Harris is checked in for Brooklyn.
At the line for 2.
He hits both from the stripe.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
4th quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. To the left wing. Pass to Simons. Kicks it to Anthony. Fires for 3. A rebound by the Nets. Cantor banked in off the glass.
And it's not a secret. Cantor is a major factor on the offensive glass thanks to his size, strength, and excellent hands.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Griffin comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Harden in for Irving. Portland also making some changes. Nurkic checked in for Anthony. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Lillard fires away from way outside. An absolute bomb from 3-point range.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Harden left side. Jordan kicks to Harris. Here's Harden. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Maybe the best ever at earning free throws. I mean, Harden has mastered the art of contact and still being able to get off the shot.
Irving's checked in for Bruce Brown.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Nets leading by 7. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. Portland's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Lillard outside.
He's got so many ways to score in the post. Just nifty, uses fakes. You have to have a body on him every time he's down there.
And then Griffin with the dunk.
And Blake Griffin, once again, an opportunity to show us his bounce. A dangerous player when he skies up for the alley-oop.
And a deep three from Lillard. And it's Lillard again missing. Inside. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that. Now here's Little. Not a lot of room. Nice D from Griffin. If they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option.
Back to Harden. A nice shot by Jordan. And the Nets lead by 13.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
And it's Lillard missing.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
And here's the fast break. Here's Little. The putback, and the second chance effort by McCollum.
Well, sometimes CJ, just with movement alone, finds himself in the right spot, and this time picks up a couple of garbage points.
Irving surveying the floor. Griffin inside. He's against Cantor. Griffin passes to Harden. Back to Irving. Three-pointer. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for Brooklyn.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Solid play, definitely, Kevin.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for James Harden.
So sharp on the passing tonight. You know, guys can get into a rhythm that way, too.
Brown dishes to Harris. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. A shot by Jordan, no good. And so here's Portland. 8-point game. Lillard outside. A rebound by the Nets. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Right side, Jordan shoots over Cantor and misses it off the right side of the rim. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. Some good ball. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the...
Hey, Kevin, the Bucks have their transcendent...
Very dangerous indeed. David, thanks. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Missing a valued contributor, that can be a challenge. We'll see how they answer the bell.
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Little. And it's Jones in at the shooting guard. And for the Bucks, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Then it's Brook Lopez. Then it's Holiday. And it's Connaughton in at the 2. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And the dump by Giannis.
Middleton, a scorer by nature, that time showing he can find his teammates too.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Again, the miss by Lillard.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check. And was maybe a step out of his range.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And that one is good.
Boy, I love watching Lillard turn on the Jets using that astounding speed to blaze past the defenders.
Here's Holiday. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Holiday's got his second bucket tonight.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Here's Nurkic. Lopez with the block.
Lopez showing off the length there to get to that shot. You know, right now they're just 1 for 5. Rough start so far.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Yeah, they're scoring with confidence, making them count in the early going here.
Great positioning on the putback.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a sixth sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Holiday looking over the floor. He feeds it to Lopez.
No easy options for the defense when Lopez gets in deep.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
At the line for your Bucks, Brooklyn.
And the first one at the line is good.
At the line for 2.
Lopez hits them both.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throws.
Lillard way outside. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Here's Holiday. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Here's Lillard, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one is on Holiday.
Lillard is really a force of nature. I mean, an incredible talent who torches just about everybody with his scoring ability.
For the Trailblazers, Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Jones. Giannis left side. It's stolen by Little. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. The three-pointer no good.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used his contribution.
Here's DiVincenzo. Forwards the pass to Portis. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. No doubt, Greg, you were known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul, I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Well, they better be thinking about him. I mean, we know how dangerous he is.
DiVincenzo gets the bucket.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Now here's McCollum. He's guarded closely. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3. Bucks leading by 6. Now here's DiVincenzo. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
And the Bucks making a change here. There's 39 seconds left to play in the first. Now Little. McCollum outside. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Portis. Bucks have gotten 7 of their first 10 attempts to fall so far. Excellent pace to their offense. Pass to Tucker. Middleton drives in, and that one's drained from the low block.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
And the basket by McCollum.
And give McCollum credit. It's big for his confidence when he's able to muscle these shots in.
That's tipped. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Portis.
A pass that long had better be on target. Otherwise, it's impossible to make a play.
And McCollum launches it from deep. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Milwaukee holding on to an 8-point lead. Earlier on, we ran into Bobby Portis, who explained the origin.
I think the underdog story, started.
And Greg, playing with a chip on his shoulder, has served Portis well.
Some guys try to block out the haters. Portis uses it as fuel to keep achieving more.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Milwaukee.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
On the floor for Portland, they've got Anthony, Robert Covington out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's C.J. McCollum, and it's Simons in at the point. Here's Holiday. 6 points for him. Over to the wing, to the paint. Stolen by McCollum. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance. McCollum kicks to Anthony. Shoots over Tucker. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just makes it. He lifts on it.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And a wide open look for McCollum. Here's Kanter. It's rebounded by Portis.
You know what? Just a little fancy on that possession there. Just go up in rhythm.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. 6 feet out. And there are the Bucks with another bucket.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Kanter's shot is off.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And here's DiVincenzo from the arc.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
That shot off the mark. Now the Bucks take it the other way. Middleton for three. DiVincenzo passes to Tucker. Middleton with it. Kanter covering. Nice shot by Portis.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And the shot is good. The Bucks lead has been cut to just 11 points in the basket from McCollum.
Fellas, he just is struggling to get anything going. Right now, his shooting percentage in the quarter, 20%.
A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. And it's the Bucks on the break.
And Middleton just does a little bit of everything out there. A perfect team player.
Here's McCollum. He's got 9. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Here's Kanter. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Kanter's got 4 points in the quarter. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Bucks. They've led by as many as 14 points. A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. .119 left in the first half of the game. three-point range. Forbes can't get it to go.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Giles in the corner. Now, here's Lillard. Defense right on him. Antetokounmpo with the ball. Lillard picks him up.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has said he doesn't want people calling him the MVP because he doesn't want to relax. He said he fears failure, so he has got to get better.
Brook Lopez is checked in for Antetokounmpo.
You know, really, when you look at Antetokounmpo, he's got it all. I mean, he can score it, rebound it, he passes it pretty well, defends with intensity, and he's really versatile and going to continue to get better because of his work ethic.
Here is Forbes. No points in the game yet for him. From deep. And Jones pulls it down. Trailblazers trail by 11. Here's Lillard. And Portland again with the bucket.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Here is Forbes. Covered by Lillard. Here's Giannis. And the basket is good. Antetokounmpo's got 5 now.
Boy, the overwhelming strength of Giannis just excels at fighting his way through the defense. Very impressive.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They've been... Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports. It's Milwaukee with the advantage at the half. They lead by 11. And you. That's all for now.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Trailblazers trail by 11. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then it's Holiday. And it's Connaughton in at the 2 spot. Holiday with it. Lillard picks him up. Lobbed up there for Lopez. Throws down the alley-oop slam. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent, but 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those 2 guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Go figure is right. 2 on the clock. The putback stayed with it, but they couldn't get it to fall. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Milwaukee leading by 13. Outside Holiday. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession.
Well, that's a moment he'd like to archive. Embarrassing lapse of judgment there.
Trailblazers shooting terribly up to this point, just 30%. Some ramshackle offense play there. Here's Lillard. And that one is off. And Milwaukee will come the other way.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Here's Lillard, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads-up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Cantor's checked in for Robert Covington. Anthony comes in for Little. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Lillard.
So far, so good to begin this half. They're 3 for 3. Perfect.
The three from McCollum bangs home the trifecta. McCollum's got 12 points in the game.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Cantor against Giannis. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Fires the three. But they'll get another chance. Morag grabs the board. Milwaukee leading by 15. Throws it up high. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Man, what a special player Antetokounmpo is, sharing the sugar there. The vision he showed, nice job finding the open man.
The three from McCollum. A rebound by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got 7 rebounds in the game. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Trailblazers trail by 17. Nurkic the pass to McCollum. Yes, that goes in.
Nice touch there from McCollum. Looking comfortable and confident from that range.
DiVincenzo with it. He's got 9. The pass to Antetokounmpo. Over Cantor. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Jones, no luck. And so Giannis will bring it up for Milwaukee. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Aston Morrow. Here's Connaughton. That 3 off the mark. Trailblazers trail by 15. Launches a 3. C.J. McCollum. And that's good. McCollum's got 8 points in the quarter.
Right now, the defense needs to do a better job of closing out on this guy. He's heating up from outside.
50 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Antetokounmpo, and Giannis throws it down.
And how about the power of Antetokounmpo? Dynamite whenever he takes it to the rim.
Jones dishes to McCollum. Lets it go from 14. Kept alive. They get a hand on it. Lets it go with a 3. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
You know, he's got to be exasperated right now, fellas. I mean, playing excellent ball, but they're still losing.
McCollum against DiVincenzo. Lobbed up there for Lopez.
My goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful.
Virtually impossible to top that alley-oop.
And so it's Milwaukee. 13 points up at the end of the period. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now... And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Bucks leading by 13. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Little, and it's Cantor in at center. McCollum fires from way outside, and another 3 for Portland.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. Those 3-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they can keep it up.
Right side Holiday. Trailblazers trail by 10. Cantor, high post. Kicks it out to Lillard from deep 3-point range, and the Trailblazers another 3.
That's one of the reasons Lillard is out there. He gives you that deep threat.
60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Outside Holiday to the middle. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Portland's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. And a deep three from Lillard. Hit the tip. And the second chance effort by McCollum. McCollum's got 16 here in the second half.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Well, it starts with defense. They got some stops, scored some buckets after that, and now we've got ourselves a ball game.
Holiday finds Lopez. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 3 assists in the game. Lillard, right side, down low. It's thrown bound to Kumbo. Fast break, Milwaukee. And the layup's good off the glass. And now it's a 9-point Milwaukee lead. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Bucks.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance. Dishes to McCollum. Second shot opportunity. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Excellent D there from Holiday.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Greg, one of your former teammates, John Starks, would get under a guy's skin on the court. He's like a nuisance, but really opposite off the floor, away from the game.
I tell you, Kev, John's got a heart of gold, and anybody that knows him is going to be a fan of the person. John is as good a friend as I could ever recall having.
.153 left in the fourth quarter. Holiday against Lillard. Holiday the pass to Lopez. Excellent D from Cantor. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Cantor kicks to Little. McCollum outside. Shoots the three. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Giannis has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. 1:10 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Holiday dishes to Lopez. Lillard comes with the double team, and yes, it's good. And the Bucks lead by 10.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Bucks.
What do you think was the deciding factor in this one?
I think you have to look at their field goal percentage. They just shot the ball much better than the opponent, and they were getting great looks all game long.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Giannis.
And you have to love the effort he put forth on the glass. He played with a fire no one else could match as he chased down those rebounds.
Holiday with the three from beyond the arc and then some.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
Well, this one is winding down now. Milwaukee can watch the clock run out. Here is Lillard. From deep. Lillard again missing. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. From deep three-point range, misses there. So no problem for Milwaukee as they... David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us.